Welcome to the new and improved continuous daily video blog. We have 3 news stories for you today, and we will discuss pros and cons of each one. First up, 2 maximum security kind of prisoners escaped from a prison in northern New York State. They did the, cut a hole in the wall of their cell and then left a dummy in the bed and then got into a steam tunnel because it's not being used in the summerish springtime, and they cut a hole in one end and cut a hole in the other end, and they got out of the prison and got out of a manhole, and they've been at large now for more than 2 weeks.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, Shawshank Redemption style. Now, I think, and they admitted in the news, that there's been a slowly declining level of security protocols. And I think because of that, it shows that the prison guards and the prison itself doesn't have enough at stake to really want to keep these prisoners locked up. So what I think should be done is they should get rid of all the prisons, and they should take each prisoner who's supposed to be locked up and assign them to somebody who voluntarily wants them in their house, that they will be the personal prison guard, and take the money allotted for that prisoner and give it to the homeowner. Now the homeowner has something at stake. They have cash that they will lose if that prisoner escapes. So they have a very personal benefit in keeping that guy under lock and key and contained. And that's what I think the future of prisons should be. Is we shouldn't have prisons, we should just have designated, registered prison homes for one guy, and the owner of that home is responsible.
And gets all the money.
Gets all the money.
That's interesting. So, if my husband dropped dead under suspicious causes, then instead of going to this lax security prison, I would then be fondly adopted by my new foster family into their home, where my only restriction was being chaperoned by someone from their family at all times.
Yeah.
Oh, then go for it. That's a good one.
I thought Joe was going to take the unionized worker of the prison side and say, no, that's against the union. I'm surprised. But the next one includes the union, so we'll see what happens on that. So, CP Rail out in British Columbia, February 14th, February 15th, left a train improperly secured on a grade outside Revelstoke, BC. This could have resulted in another Lac-Mégantic style disaster, because after Lac-Mégantic, all those people get killed when the whole place burned up, when the rail cars rolled into town and derailed and broke up and blew up. New regulations came into effect saying you must physically put on these brakes, not just the default brakes that the air compressors would keep active as long as the engines kept running. These are manually applied brakes. These 2 guys, the engineer and his protege, didn't secure those properly, and the story said the reason was because the end of their shift was coming and they were going to have a strike, so they couldn't hang around. Now,
how are your feelings on that?
I think do you want more Lac-Mégantics? I think that's ridiculous. They should...
I thought your point was they should abolish the union and never have strikes. Wasn't that your... There should never be unions anymore.
Well, unions, if the unions are the cause of this, as opposed to blaming these 2 guys, I'm not sure how you're going to go. So we could say, yeah, abolish unions. This is another case of proving unions are bad. Unions are not good. They create more risk for the public, so they're bad.
So I'm totally against that. I think we still need unions. Even after Norma Rae, unions were still needed and probably always will be. Because there's so much favoritism. I'm thinking about the government. So much favoritism. Nobody else would ever have a chance if there wasn't a union there. And our salaries would be indiscriminately lowered whenever they felt
but
like
people,
that. And there would be, they would be taking away things that the union had fought for, which is happening now. But I think that if the people have no power, then why don't we not vote anymore?
So what you're saying is keep the union in place that allows workers to improperly secure a train that could result in a town full of people getting burned to death in the middle of their sleep.
No.
Way to go, Joe.
I'm saying, as a retired nurse, I would have... Well, we were never allowed to strike, so maybe that's not a good one. No, I don't agree that they should have left bing at the end of their shift.
But that's union rules, man.
I'm sure there's something in there that says you can't leave in the middle of a crisis situation. Ask for overtime from your boss.
But they were going on strike. They were going on strike. Everybody had to be not working as of that time. Strike.
Then why did they push this train up this hill to be sitting at the top where it could go downhill?
I don't know. All
Why
right.
didn't they push it into a little gully here at the bottom?
And
What's the next
I haven't
one?
done all the fact checking, so some of what I read may not be actually factual, because
Okay.
news reports sometimes aren't factual.
Having
but that's
hot
my
flash,
understanding.
carry on.
In Mumbai, 97 people died in the last couple of days because of methanol poisoning, because the cheap hooch they drank didn't have ethanol in it. It had methanol in it.
Okay, so my solution is they put all these people to work, and many, many, many were, not the dead ones. They put as many people to work as they can making alcohol. Or, what do you say? Ethanol? Is the good one?
Ethanol.
They should be making that. So methanol should be gone. Into our windshield wiper fluid should be ethanol. There shouldn't be any methanol available for consumption.
I have a feeling that the problem is that there are these two things made is because they don't want people to be drinking the windshield washer fluid because they couldn't tax that the same way, right? So why don't we just make all alcohol, like you say, make it all drinkable, and do like the British Navy did years gone by. Everyone's entitled to free, a certain amount, all the time, government subsidized ethanol to ensure that
keep their spirits up.
Because I mean,
They gave them cigarettes too.
Yeah.
That's how mass smoking.
And stop the taxation.
On any alcohol?
Yeah, because it's free.
Okay, we're agreed on that one. I think we agreed on 2. No, we didn't quite agree on that.
As always, if you don't comment in an contradictory manner, you agree with everything we've said here.
And we will find you
Yes.
and shake your hand.
Have a good day. Until next time. This is Joe and Alan. Over and out. Live long and prosper.
I'm not sure if the thumb is showing.